Malta's budget, the government has presented its financing plan for the 2026-2027 financial year budget, projecting total expenditure of 4.8 trillion shillings against expected revenue collections of 3.63 trillion shillings. The results deficit of 1.146 trillion shillings will be financed through a combination of domestic and external borrowing alongside investments mobilized under the public-private partnership framework. Our reporter Michelle Mwangi with the details.
The government has projected total expenditure of 4.82 trillion shillings against expected revenue of 3.63 trillion shillings, leaving a deficit of 1.5 trillion shillings that will require alternative financing to sustain public services and development projects.
These investments will be complemented by strategic transmission infrastructure projects to strengthen and expand the national grid. To
bridge the deficit, the government plans to rely on both domestic and external borrowing. Net domestic borrowing is projected at 1.03 trillion shillings, while external borrowing will contribute 116.2 billion shillings. Private sector collaboration through the public-private partnership framework will also play a key role.
And in this financial year, we have so far mobilized approximately 96 billion private capital investment in PPPs. This being the CRBC/NSSF investment for the Rironi Gilgil.
Beyond easing pressure on the national treasury, the PPP framework is expected to attract private sector expertise and capital into the implementation of strategic projects, particularly in infrastructure.
Public-private partnerships enable the government to harness private sector innovation, technical expertise, operational efficiency, and risk-sharing arrangements that enhance project delivery while preserving fiscal sustainability.
Figures presented to Parliament show the government is committed to accelerating domestic revenue mobilization and tightening expenditure controls in order to reduce borrowing dependence over the medium term.
Building on this momentum, the government targets to mobilize at least 70 billion through PPP investments in the financial year 26-27. Across the energy, transport, water, housing, health, and digital infrastructure sectors.
The Kenya Revenue Authority has expanded the use of its electronic tax invoice management system, with more than 655,000 taxpayers now onboarded onto the platform.
Mr. Speaker,
the government says the move has significantly enhanced transaction visibility and is strengthening value-added tax compliance. Financing next year's budget will therefore depend on a combination of tax revenue, borrowing, and private sector investment as the government seeks to balance development ambition with long-term fiscal sustainability. Michelle Mwangi, TV 47, Nairobi.